Hey there. Try this again. Facebook is being really glitchy today. So yeah, we were talking about mindset um, and winning the game you're playing. So if you're trying to break a habit and do something for a couple of weeks, like eating healthy for a few weeks, trying to get over like emotional eating, trying to lose weight, trying to quit smoking, trying to exercise, whatever it is, this habit that you're trying to break or trying to create a new one, you probably do really good for, the first 2 to 3 weeks. It's going to be, going perfectly. And then maybe you mess up. So then you tell yourself like this whole freaking thing is ruined because that's the game you're playing. It has to be perfect or you suck and you failed and you can't do anything right. And you're not allowing yourself any grace when you up to learn what happened, to see, what were the patterns that could have been tweaked, what things could have went a little differently, or what things do you just need help pushing through, or do you need like guidance and support to push through? Because that's what I do in my practice. I help my clients see like, okay, these are the obstacles that are going to come up within the next week or two, so you can fully anticipate this to happen. And that's basically what people call self-sabotage. Like they expect these just sneaks up on us. Or, oh my gosh, Facebook is being really weird. Okay, I think I'm still on. So I'm sure you know someone who self-sabotages themselves, and if you do, share this video with them. Like it, comment below, where the self-sabotage shows up for you that you've noticed. I love getting the support from you guys, from sharing it. And if you know somebody who experiences this, then they probably need to hear this. So you never know who may need to hear this. So yay, thank you for sharing if you do. But yeah, the self-sabotage it's not like it's unexpected. Somewhere within your mind, you've told yourself that you're going to fail. Like that's what you've told yourself. And then you'll add in, you're going to fail, and then you're going to add it to the list of all the other stuff that you've tried that didn't work for you, and then you'll just start this cycle over again. Maybe in a few weeks from now, you'll get some more motivation, you'll start to follow through a little bit, and then the motivation's going to, and then something's going to happen, and you're going to be like, well, fuck it. Here we go again, starting over from square one yet again, and then you add another failure to your list. I don't want you to keep adding failures to your list. That sucks. I know that sucks. But when you keep that mindset of, oh, I'm going to fail at this, then you will fail because you're winning the game you're playing. And telling it, it goes the same thing for telling yourself how hard it is and that nothing works and that, oh, I'm always going to be this way. Why couldn't it just be like that? Guess what? That's all a habit. It's all in your head. And I frankly don't believe in self-sabotage. I've learned people, like I just said, we tell ourselves these stories and we make up all of these beliefs like, oh, I'm going to fail. So if you're going to fail, you're going to fail. It's that simple. We just tell ourselves all of this stuff and we end up creating our own experience of what's going to happen. We already expect it to happen, and people experience whatever they want to be experiencing. I know that sounds crazy, but if you're telling yourself that, oh, I can't do this, this is so hard, I don't have the time, I don't have the money, I don't have any support, I'm too fat to do that, I'm not physically active enough to do that, then for some reason that's the story you want to keep telling yourself so that you're still stuck in the same place. And I know that sounds kind of crazy, but that's how it is. And you see, when we start something new, like when we try to change something or change who we are or how we're showing up, we go into this false place of setting unrealistic expectations for ourselves, or we go into it already thinking that we're going to fail. Or maybe you go into it full-hearted, you're like, I know I got this, I can do this, but then it gets hard, and then you're like, oh shit, I just need someone to help me now. That's gonna happen. And it's going to, it's gonna go great for a while, and then one little small, teeny tiny little thing is gonna come up that makes you question your efforts, and then there's gonna be that one little setback that's gonna feel like it's Mount Everest, and then you're gonna end up being like guilting yourself and shaming yourself and feeling miserable. It's like, oh my God, why can't I just do this? And then you're just going to start the whole cycle over again. And you know what? When that happens, it's not actually a failure. That's the beauty of it. Like when you tell feedback and you're winning the game that you set out to win. You know, what if you chose to think of this failure learning block rather than a setback? You know, what if we think of these moments as winning this game that we're playing? And like, what is the game that we're playing? What's the game that you're playing? You know, my game is that I'm gonna have a fucking amazing coaching practice this year. I'm gonna get the fuck out of nursing. Like, I'm gonna be out of it. I might work part-time here and there just because I want to be around the people, because I love working with the people that I work with. But my goal is to be out of fucking nursing. Like, and I'm setting up my, like, the game that I'm playing is that I'm doing everything I can to fucking get there. And I'm gonna show up, and I know there's gonna be some setbacks, and that's expected. But how can I grow when the setbacks come up? Like, how can I foresee them? And when I have the feeling that says it's a setback, how can I respond to that instead of react to that? So if we thought of it from this perspective, that we're not really sabotaging ourselves and that we're actually setting ourselves up for success, you know, and for what's to come, what would that be like? Like, how much better would that make you feel? You know, it's just like any other game that you've played in, any, like really any kind of game. Like, you know, I don't know what comes to mind. Marky's got a motorcycle game like that, or like a Halo game, or chess, or football, really any kind of sport or game or whatever it is. But how does a game work? Basically, you play the game off of the strategies that you currently know, and then you observe the other player's actions, and along the way, you'll notice, you know, your opponent's strategy. And then you begin to anticipate the next move. So this is the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing. You know, your mind is your opponent. It really is. And then it knows when to make its move, because your mind knows that when you have a certain feeling that it needs to respond in a certain way. So it's just going to automatically do it, right? So have you ever heard that successful people are really resilient? That's what one of my mentors told me once. It's that success is largely determined by resilience. And that's your mindset resilience. And I think that's a really awesome quote, because it's true for anything, you know, your health, money, relationships, your job, if you have a business, you know, anything. It's true for anything, because you'll be doing great and then you have a sudden setback. It's like you fall off the wagon, and then you become really demotivated. All that motivation just fizzles out, and then you quit doing the work. You know, you quit doing what was working so well for you until you hit the wall. And it's like, oh shit, nothing I did was working. But it was working. You just hit a little road bump, like a little bump in the road. That's all you did. You know, so why quit doing what was working so well for you? If you do that, your success rate is obviously going to drop. And then you're going to have something else to add to that list of failures. And every time you quit, you're actually building the habit of quitting. Everything we do is a freaking habit. It's crazy. But when you procrastinate, that's just another form of quitting. And as you're quitting all the time, it's telling your brain that, okay, when something hard and scary comes up, that I'm just going to quit because it's hard and scary and I don't want to go forward and I don't know what it's going to be like on the other side, even though on the other side is the thing that I want. So it's like, if you're constantly freaking out and sending yourself backwards, how are you going to get to the thing you want? It's like you're pushing this freaking wall up saying, oh, I want that thing, you know, I want that thing way over there, but I'm going to push it away right now because I'm too scared to actually take the action to go get it. Does that make sense? Oh, let's see, let me find my notes where I was at. So yeah, basically you feel the feeling that lets you know that it's time to quit, and then you quit. And this is how I help my clients. I help them recognize the feeling that tells them it's time to quit, that tells them it's getting too hard, that it's getting, there's too much tension coming in, you know, This is what we do in my Worthy program. That's why it's so freaking life-changing. It's so cool. We address the feelings that say, hey, it's time to feel like crap. You know, it's time to feel defeated. It's time to numb out and stuff my face with all the Oreos or all the ice cream that I can find. It's time for all that shit. It's really not. We feel this feeling, and I help you get past that, and then we move through it, not around it. We don't tiptoe around it. We go through it to get to the other side, so that you're that much closer to the thing that you want. Because going through it is the only way to get past it and the only way to get what you want. You know, right now your brain is wired to react instinctually, which, you know, that's what it's meant to do. It's meant to keep you safe. And a lot of the time when you feel the tension, it thinks like, oh my God, danger, I'm gonna die when I go on the other side of it. But that's not. You're not gonna die when you get what you want. You know, what if you saw it for what it is and you were able to overcome all those feelings? Like, what if you were able to get past that? If you could do that, you'd be able to do anything you set your mind to, because it all comes back to your mindset. And you know, you basically tell yourself what you're expecting, and when you expect it, then that's what you're going to get. So when you feel this sense of, oh, it's hard, this is uncomfortable, this is too much, why am I doing all of this, you know, and I can't follow through with this, you know, I haven't been able to follow through or anything, do I have enough willpower? Willpower is not going to get you there. It's really not. It might work for a couple weeks, but it's not going to work long term. Yeah, so you're on the right path, because all of the tension that you're feeling, it goes hand in hand with growth and going into the growth space. And this is exactly why Worthy is so life-changing. It really, really is. Like, I freaking love it. It's amazing to see how many, it's amazing to see the results and the shifts people have, because we anticipate what's coming and we face the fears and the doubts and all the worries head on. Like, there is no room to be like, oh, what if this happens? Like, what if it does? What are you going to do about it? That's where we come from. And I know that sounds terrifying, and it would be doing it alone if you were doing all that on your own. That would be terrifying. But luckily, you have me as your mentor to guide you through the process and to stretch you, to push you until you break through on the other side of that wall. And then we keep going and we keep going, and we up level to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. That's the beauty of it. And we'll address whatever, you know, what's important about you procrastinating. Like I said, procrastination is another sense of quitting, essentially. You know, we'll figure out what need you have that isn't being met, and then we'll create a game plan for your mind to play, for your mind to win. And it'll be one that's filled with getting your needs met, but that can't happen until you're clear about what you want. Okay? So if you're ready to get clear about what you're longing for, then I encourage you to talk to me. Like, reach out, schedule an appointment with me. I have a link I can post. Let me grab it, actually. It's a link to my calendar. All you have to do is pick a day and time, and we'll talk. It takes 45 minutes out of your day, and there's no strings attached to it. If this isn't for you, then it's not for you. Cool. If it is, great. That's cool too. Let me find my link. There is that. That is the link to my calendar for my Worthy program, you guys. Like, it is seriously freaking epic. It really is. Like, this is the real work, you all. You have to be able to face the fear and the doubt and the worry to feel like you're worthy of going to the next level. You know, a lot of people, they struggle with doing that because they are so used to putting everybody else in front of themselves. One of the quotes from Mel Robbins is, let me find it. It's on my website. We tend to find it easy to cheer for other people, to value other people, but a lot of us have a bad habit of not seeing the worth in ourselves. Self-worth comes down to whether or not you value yourself. So that's my question. Do you value yourself enough to step up and own your worth and take some action and move in the right direction and get some clarity on what you really want? Like, what longing do you have that's not being met? And we can talk about all of that in your 45-minute session. So I added the link. I hope to see you guys there. I hope to talk to some of you guys. If you have any questions about the program, let me know. If you have any questions about the scheduling your call, let me know that too. Thanks, guys.